Australia on the far side. 7 of last year's crew who finished 4th are in this boat, with Anna Ozolins in the stroke seat. Then Holland, they didn't enter the 8s a year ago. This is their crew in lane number 2. Lane number 3, Germany. 5 of last year's crew who finished 6th are in this boat. In the stroke seat today, it's Daniela Gore. Then in lane 4, the United States of America. Silver medalist a year ago, Amy Fuller, the experienced Amy Fuller in the stroke seat, with Tori Folks sitting behind in 7 to pick up the rhythm. Romania, the champions, here they are in lane 5. Doina Ignat in the stroke seat, facing coxswain Elena Georgescu. And finally, Canada with Teresa Luke, already a world champion here, with Emma Robinson sitting behind her in the 7th seat. They, of course, champions of the women's pairs. But Romania, very much the crew to beat. And the water, Dan, just a little bit calmer.
Yeah, but you still saw the water, the waves rolling down alongside the shell. The United States got off well. Canada, very competitive always with the United States, and some good experience there in the stern of the boat. And Canada have really gone off very well indeed. They're heading Romania. And remember, Romania are the Olympic champions and the world champions for the last 2 years. So here they are, right out there, looking for a 4th consecutive title. But it's United States in the black boat. They're just edging the rest of the lineup.
Romania, who do all those hundreds and hundreds of kilometers of training. It gives them such a strong base, and it's one of the reasons which makes them such a hard crew to beat. And there's Elena Georgescu already giving out the plan as we switch to Canada, and the very experienced Leslie Thompson in the coxswain seas facing Teresa Luke. As Al Moreau, the Canadian coach, puts it, it's like having an assistant coach in the boat for the Canadians.
Yeah, she's a terrific cox actually, and she's really been around the courses quite a few times now. And it really is Canada, they're just heading it, but it's Romania, United States and Canada fighting for the lead here as they come up to the 500 meters. United States maybe just beginning to edge a little bit there. But Romania, long, rangy athletes, not a bit of fat on them. They are just rangy, long-legged, long-levered, and they whack it over there at 38 strokes a minute now.
So Romania narrowly from on the far side of them. America, as they go through the first quarter of the race, first 500 goes to Romania, but no medals for winning the first quarter. And the US in 2nd place. Very close, actually, Canada and the United States. Not very much in it. Canada just shading the Americans, actually, at that particular point. But now, arguably, the Americans just ahead of the Canadians. It's all to play for. And on the far side, in lanes 1, 2 and 3, Australia, the Netherlands and Germany just struggling a little bit. And one has to say, Dan, those lanes have really not profited too much during this 2nd day of finals. No, it's been very difficult for crews on that far side. Only Australia there, 2 or 3 races ago, came up very well to win a bronze medal on that lane. But there's Leslie Thompson doing her job. She's keeping her crew there, out there, just behind Romania and ahead of the United States. But you can see that lovely swing that the Romanians have got. They really do have that easy swing, and you can tell they've been in that boat together for years and years. They really know what they're about. Blade work not too bright. Sometimes it's a bit high off the water, but they don't half whack it in and they get the legs on, and they've got tremendous drive through the middle of the stroke. Coming up to halfway at the boathouses, and so far Romania just narrowly, bit by bit, just gaining the advantage. Miriam?
Yeah, the Romanians have eased out. The USA and the Canadians are still struggling along for that 2nd place. The Canadians are here in front of a home crowd. They've had a lot of television on them, etc. over the week, and they're going to have to want to give a good showing to their home crowd here.
Yeah, they've been pretty successful, the Canadians. They were bronze medalists last year and silver in '97, also silver in the Olympics in 1996. And, of course, they were the Olympic champions if you go back to 1992 in Barcelona.
That's right, and all under one coach, Al Moreau, renowned throughout women's rowing now for being able to produce the goods on the day.
Americans clinging on to silver at the moment.
Yes, they've got some old names back in there. One of the McCagg twins is back in there, and they've got Amy Fuller in the stroke seat, girls that they've come back from 1996. And they're rowing in a black boat. It's a Resolute. It's a boat that's built in the United States, and you'll see some of the men's eights rowing on those as well.
And Elena doesn't really let them relax, does she, Dan? She really keeps them up to the task, the Romanians.
Yeah, I like the way they row. I mean, they just go for the sprint, don't they? They just get out in front. That's where they like to row from. Get out in front and then watch the field behind them. But they really are well together. They've got a great rhythm going for them, and they like a headwind. Moving out now to about half a length on the United States. United States now beginning to pull away from Canada. Canada holding on in lane 6 there, but it's Romania in the red hats there, just absolutely driving into the headwind.
Yeah, good scrap, though, for silver and bronze, and the best of the rest, as they say, would just about be the Dutch. Dutch have often come with a late charge, but it'll have to be a real turbocharged effort to get them up.
The Dutch are under the close coaching now of René Meinders, who brought the Dutch men's 8 to an Olympic gold in Atlanta. Here now, he's in charge of the women's squad, and he's brought them on from really nothing really to a very good qualifying Olympic place here. At the moment, it's Germany struggling to hang on to Olympic qualification. Remember, it's crew number 6 who don't make it through to the Olympics and will have to try and qualify again in Lucerne next year.
Yeah, a long time, actually, since the Germans won the women's 8s, 1994 in Indianapolis. But Romania up front now, being chased by the Americans hard. The bow of the Canadian 8 there, just in foreground. The Americans have still got the overlap, but Elena Georgescu and Doina Ignat looking for clear water over the Americans. And the Americans, it's Rajana Shah who's got the race plan there, facing Amy Fuller. Now the Canadians, what can they do?
It looks like the Americans have got the better of the Canadians, but what are the Americans doing against the Romanians? It looks like they're beginning to come back on them.
Yes, this is where they would put in their effort now, deep into the race now, and the question being asked to the Romanians now. Romania's looking strong, but you're absolutely right, Miriam. The Americans are beginning to make some inroads, but there's not a lot of time left in which for them to catch the Romanians.
And Romania beginning to look rather scrappy there, blades all over the place. They've gone up to 40.5. United States coming at them. United States up to 41 now, and eating away on that lead every single stroke. Romania struggling a bit, but they're hanging on to it. They've only got about 200 metres to go.
Less than that now, Dan, and the Romanians are going to be mighty glad because they're getting closer and closer to the line, and every stroke the Americans are getting there now. This is a fantastic pullback by the Americans, but they've just run out of the course there. Romania breathe a sigh of relief. America get the silver, but look how far they've pulled ahead of the Canadians, and then a good scrap on the far side. The Dutch just getting the better of the Australians, and the crew that doesn't make it in terms of automatic qualifying for Sydney are Germany.